Question of the morning. 4 of the 7 CBS Sports college football writers picked the Utes to make the Big 12 championship game. Ute fans, you pumped for this season yet? Yes, they have to be pumped. Couple of disappointing years, quarterback injuries. They're picked to be good. Kyle says he's got the best O-line he's ever had. There's an exciting new quarterback. How could they not be pumped right now?
Maybe have a little bit of a wait and see attitude with quarterback. Just because you have a new one, BYU has a new one. All the the teams that don't have a returning quarterback, they've got a new one. Simply, new does not equal good necessarily. See what he can do. In a throwing league, will you be able to throw it in a program that traditionally doesn't throw it well? It's not been their strength.
Nathan, I am super gun shy for sure. The whole season's going to be bracing for the next devastating injury. Nathan is scarred.
I think what this shows is Utah is the most least respected team in the history of college football. They picked them last year, and they didn't do it, so let's pick them again. There would be no one else in this poll, in this conference, who had that season last year and was picked first, would be turned around and pick them to be first again.
Oklahoma State would be an excellent example of that, and yet nowhere near first place.
Right.
The power of the brand working for Utah, not working for Oklahoma State.
And also,
Oklahoma State wasn't even picked by anyone in the top half of the league.
The power of Kyle Whittingham and the warm, fuzzy feeling that these writers feel each time they interview him. And Gundy doesn't project that.
In a massive understatement, yeah. PK is correct.
That's why I always say everyone has a bias. Because that's part of the deal. Because Kyle acts like you're his friend. He's not a big hugger a la Kalani.
But he does project that he's happy to see you and happy to hear from you.
And media folk want to be loved, just like everybody else.
The human condition.
It's why you've got your soccer people telling us that we need to have somebody else review it rather than the same referee who's made the call, because he wants to be right. He wants to be loved. Yep. And how I used to tell you before, review, which has slowed down the NBA ridiculously, that the referees would huddle, and one guy would then break loose from the huddle and point emphatically towards the direction of the home team.
And I did not know that until you told me that. And as soon as you told me that, I mean, I'd seen it because I'm sitting there watching the game in person or on TV or whatever, but it never registered cumulatively with me. And you told me that, and instantly I realized, well, there it happened. There it happened again. There it happened again. So we're sitting, and Jazz were playing some big game. And I was sitting with 3 or 4 people, and I sold it. You would have thought I was from Jersey. They are absolutely going to give this ball to Utah. They did. Yeah. Thank you, PK. You made me look good.
And he has to step away from the other two.
It totally happened. Yeah. Everything about it. Everything was on brand. Step away, the flex of the knee, the demonstrative. Yeah. It's kind of like the referee first down signal in football. There's no doubt in my mind. After you'd said that, and I'd seen it happen like 7 times in a row, and the call was a total 50-50 ball. I mean, it happened so quick. I don't even know if instant replay would have been able. It looked like it came off their hands together. Giving it to Utah, and they did, right? Because the game was in the Delta Center.
And it's the same thing with these writers. They think, "Oh, I like that guy. I'm gonna have a bus." I used to vote for AP and all that stuff. I had long since have given it up, but I would always be biased towards the West. I figured the guys on the East, they're
biased
in bed.
To the East. So when in doubt,
yeah,
put that Western team at 14 instead of 18.
Right.
What does it matter?
I did it all the time.
Flipping coins at that point. You know who doesn't have it is Shehan Jayaraja, who's going to join us on Mondays throughout the season. He had Utah down at 6th, which was as low as any of them.
Yeah, we've given him all these people, and then they listen to our show, and then they put these guys on all the other shows. We've given these guys a profile.
I love that. That guy sounded good. Let's go book him.
Yeah, yes.
And Jayon does sound good.
Right. I think Yak discovered him, and then now he's all over the place locally.
You did it, Yak.
I met him at Big 12 Media Days, and that's...
You launched him, though.
Oh, hey.
You told the two of us. We put him on the air. 4 other people heard him, and so on, and so on.
Correct, but to his credit, a lot of guys come on air and don't have the personality and the
he
energy
does well.
he brings.
Absolutely. Yeah, he does well.
Yeah, but they wouldn't be on other shows.
Correct, yes, yeah.
Yeah, the guy, was it the Cal guy who yawned on the air?
Yeah.
Nobody picked him up.
That Cal blogger. I was up late, guys. It's like, great.
Oh, my gosh.
So, he picked him 6th?
Yep.
I picked him 7th. And I picked him 4th last year.
Who'd you put in front of him?
Last year?
No, right now. This year.
6 other teams.
Thank you. Who are your top 2? Which would be the most important thing?
Tech and Iowa State.
So in this group of 7, 4 people put Utah in the conference title game. 4 people put Tech in the conference title game, but only 1 put Iowa State in the title game.
Well, they're idiots.
Yeah. Kansas State showed up with a first, a second, a third.
Yeah, that's
3
all
fourths
fine.
and a fifth. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have them close enough. There's
Sure.
a lot of respect for K-State.
And there should be. But there's just no way any other team outside of Utah who had the season they had last year would be picked first. And more than 50% of these folks picked Utah first or to be in the title game. They receive so much respect. And as I've said all along, they've earned it.
So are we getting to the point that it's the power of the brand?
It's not just the brand, it's Kyle.
Yeah. The brand
If
goes
Kyle
with
was
the coach.
Gundy, they wouldn't do it. But he is good at conversational chit-chat. I suck at it. He's really good at it. And the guys, they like that. There's no doubt in my mind that they like that. Yeah, I've been there. And I think that's part of the deal. And the fact that we're out here and they don't know as much, but they know that they're pretty good, and that is the brand right there. So, yeah, that's what they do. They receive the most respect for any under-respected team. Not disrespected, because they're not disrespected, but under-respected team than anybody I've ever seen.
Who's second? Give us something to compare it to.
I don't know. You can figure it out. But no one ever says a bad word about the guy. No one. They love him.
Yep. True story.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here trying to think of somebody, Kyle's lost it. Nobody writes that. Nobody says that.
Well, even when he goes through offensive coordinators like underwear or socks, no, he's never criticized for it. Oh man, they're tough. They play a tough brand of football out there. Once you have out there, then that shows you. I don't really know a lot about them, but I know they play a tough brand out there.
Yeah, let's give it a down there. Not out there.
No, because down there is from folks here.
Yep.
Out there mean they haven't spent much time here, so they do that thing, and that's what they say, and they just rely on that. Because most of the people that are listening, they don't know a whole lot. Yeah, okay, they play a tough brand out there. Sounds good. And they go along those lines. Yeah.
Question of the morning. It's up on our Facebook page, DJ and PK, and on Twitter at David DJ James. 4 of the 7 CBS Sports college football writers picked the Utes to make the Big 12 championship game. Ute fans, are you pumped for the season yet? And Brett says we're a bit cautious this year. Lots of potential until QB1 gets hurt. We've seen this before. Go Utes. Christy, I wish they wouldn't do that. The Utes seem to play better when they're shown a little disrespect. I'm still pumped for the season, though. Go Utes.
Yeah, I mean, that's been their calling card, is that they have been under-respected, but they've been under-respected so much and they've won so much. Well, now they're not over-respected. They're just the most respected, under-respected team.
Derek, enter crybaby BYU fans.
The crybabies?
Yes. Greg, last year, all 7 picked Utah to the Big 12 championship game. Another August trophy for the Utes this year. Meanwhile, it's been 6 years since the Utes have beaten BYU in football.
Okay. Yeah.
Greg would prefer to see the BYU flag run up the pole here. But after Retzlaff left, the predictions for the Cougars all cooled.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
4 of the 7 picked BYU 8th. And the other 3 picked them 9th.
Look at that, man. Way down. Way, way, way down. Now that's disrespect. For a quad champion, and that's what you come back with?
Yep.
Returning so much talent? I guess they should have got a quarterback from the Mountain West.
See, there you go. Somebody who played. Something they had to go on.
Yeah. I never want to hear Ute fans complain about the transfer portal.
They have used the transfer portal liberally.
This program wouldn't have near the buzz that it has without Dampier.
Yep.
A kid who's never played 9 Power 4 programs in a row, one right after the other, consecutively, if you will. How about that? And now he's going to have to do it week after. There's no weeks off here in this conference. Are you kidding me? There's no San Diego State on this schedule. So I got your back for your Padres shot on me with the Diamondbacks.
And well played, too, I might add. Very well played.
And I know that hits you way harder.
So hard.
Yeah, you and Pops went to the games. Me and Pops cleaned toilets, and you and Pops went to games.
We did.
That's the difference between me and you. These guys over here, they're the janitors. You don't need to know them. They're scum. Just leave them alone. They stink. They literally stink, so make sure you stay away from them. You and Dad, we go to the game together. Sheesh, man, I wish I had your life.
Jeff, preseason championships rule. I sense a little sarcasm there. Matt, maybe the Utes are good. I'm ready for football in general. Bring it on.
If you're a BYU fan, wouldn't you want 7 of the 7 to pick them?
Oh, yeah, put all the pressure on them.
And then you do like you did that one year the Devils won 10. Wow, I picked them. What big deal? They only done what they're supposed to done. What's the big deal?
No, I didn't say that part.
You said it 1,000 times over.
Did not.
And so
just in your mind and your dreams.
No, not at all, big guy. You get in. You're a fanboy. You, especially back then, you were definitely fanboy. I think maybe it's cooled a little bit, but you had it going on at that point. And so here, have everybody pick them, because then you can say, well, what did they do? You just done what you're supposed to do. And then if you don't, well, see, you gagged again. And a lot of BYU fans want Whittingham to retire, and by his own acknowledgement, he says, I couldn't go out like this. Well, that just leads us to believe if they're really good, you can go out like that, right?
Yep.
And if you're going to say one, you don't really have to say the other.
It doesn't take a logic to get to the second one.
Yeah. Especially you'll be 66 here in a couple of months, and you've had a phenomenal run. No one will deny that. And you got a cushy retirement gig waiting for you. You'll receive all sorts of honors and plaudits, and who knows what they'll do. Obviously, they'll put his name up there.
Got to do something, clearly.
Yeah, and so I think he's ready. I think his family sure enjoys the sitting in the front row and all that stuff. But it's got to end at some point. Whether it ends tomorrow or the day after, metaphorically, it's going to end. There's way less time than more time. That's the way it is for everyone when you become 66. So I think in that point, if you want them out of your hair, then have them do well this year. They're at some point here in the next X amount of years, they're going to have a killer season.
This can't keep getting bad luck,
right,
and injuries,
right, because they're a solid program, and they're going to have it. So have it now. Get it out of the way.
Yeah.
If you're a BYU fan, get the bad news out of the way while you're developing your
freshman quarterback. Yeah.
Yeah. Right? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. From
if
the
Kyle
BYU
wins the conference, I get the logic. But what if he goes 9-3 and the tiebreakers don't work his way?
Really good season.
Yeah. He could go out on that.
Yeah,
respectable enough.
9-3? Yes.
To you and me, but what about his standards, Mr. Show No Weakness?
If he wants to retire, 9-3 is really good. I mean, they lost 4 games each of their Rose Bowl seasons.
It's a true story.
And that's what we're basing it on. So now all of a sudden 9-3 is less? Doesn't make any sense.
They were 9-3 in their 12-game seasons those years, won their conference title, lost their bowl game, landed on 10-4 both years.
Right.
Yeah.
And
he had 11-1. You got to go back to 2019 and Tyler Huntley's season year.
Senior
season
gotcha.
is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I got you. I think 9-3.
Take it a run.
I've always thought the way I've looked at it is 8 is a good season, 9 is pretty good, and 10 is really good. Right? I mean, the best programs aren't going undefeated. That happens rarely. So you have a couple losses, maybe 2 or 3. I mean, it's football. They happen. Right?
Losses happen.
They do. And you could play well and they get a freaky bounce or what have you. Guy kicks a 50-yard field goal. And that's football. That's why I'm not a big obsessor about the final score. Did you play well? You saw me minutes after the Devils lost to Texas. They played well. It was good. 2 overtimes, was it, or 1? I don't even remember. But things happen, and then they made a play, and you were right there. But okay, but you still played a pretty good game. I would take that every time. Because if you do that, then a fair amount of times the ball's going to bounce your way. You play that level, you're going to get enough wins.
You'd like to think you get a few breaks along the way.
Right. You would. You have to. My big thing is be in the position to win, because if you do that, you're going to win.
You're heavily influenced by Phil Mickelson.
You're not going to win all the time.
Yes. But that Phil Mickelson thing rang true with you when he was taking heat for not winning majors.
I just keep knocking on the door.
Keep knocking on the door. It's going to break your way, and then it broke his way a half dozen times.
Yeah. You want to be in contention in November. I think
there's a Lavelle quote.
If you're in contention in November, more often than not, that's good. And then also, you're going to get whatever your share is. And I see that happening for the Utes this year. I see them being in contention in November. Do they win it? I don't know. But, I mean, that's the essence of Utah. Utah went to the Pac-12 title game 4 times, and they won it twice. But they were in contention 4 times. And to be in contention, those were good seasons, right? And you had a couple things go your way or didn't go your way. You had the first time they got there, your quarterback and running back were hurt. 2 NFL guys, by the way, that weren't there. And you lost a boring game, right? The next year, you get beat by a big-time quarterback, right? Big-time quarterback. And then you come around, and then you win the next 2, right? You got a crappy defense in SC. The following year, Cristobal's out the door. The team is all discombobulated. And that's not to take anything away from Utah. They presented some disorganization, and you creamed them. Right? You took advantage of it, right? So that's 4 years, and you go 2-2 in that final game to get to the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty doggone good myself, man, that you got in that thing 4 times and you won twice.
And there was some frustration before they got in there. Again, they were knocking on the door to get in, but lost big games in November. That happened 3 times, but then 4 times they got in. And other people lost big games in November.
Yeah.
Nothing bigger than Oregon second half collapse against Oregon State. So even at that level, all right, it broke your way 4 out of 7 and you got in.
That's my essence of fandom. And if you are in contention and you don't get it that particular, like BYU, they didn't get in that game. They lost a couple of heartbreakers. But that doesn't take away from any of the outstanding accomplishments that they had along the way. I don't think so. Now, you're a player. I get, oh, man, we had it, but we're not satisfied. No way. I mean, I get all those cliches that you're supposed to say, blah, 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 blah.
And you'd probably say them if it was you.
Yeah. But meanwhile, they won 11 games. They got contract extensions. The kids got attention. They pretty much got just about everything they could get out of that season when you think about it there. And and then you end it with the sweetest bowl win you've had since Michigan. Go ahead, look it up. The sweetest bowl win.
Kansas State, Cotton Bowl.
No, that wasn't sweeter.
That's pretty sweet.
And it wasn't sweeter. That may have been more important, but it wasn't sweeter. What brought you more attention? Look at your life is TV ratings. They send out 20 emails a day at your station on TV ratings.
They do not, actually.
I look at them. They do. So
I
got you there.
The record.
I got an account.
I think 3 is the record.
So, of course, I only look at it once a week. And that's just click TV ratings. I never open them once because I know when I'm on, it's dominant. And go look at the ratings. You beat Dion. You beat Travis. You beat Shador that the NFL said, don't touch this kid. Can't touch this. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Can't touch this. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Can't touch this. That's what they told them, right? The NFL sent out a secretive memo. This will be leaked here shortly. Eric Dickerson is on the case. That you need to know where I was going with that?
Not fully. No.
Right. So you gained far more attention on that. And when you played the only game that night versus the Kansas State when there was a bunch of games. This was the sweetest win. You had your best player on defense mimicking Dion's dance. This was way sweeter. And it was in Texas, the most fertile recruiting ground.
Well, so was the Cotton Bowl.
Right, but this is now, and you're in the league.
Yeah.
Back then, what were you in the WAC?
Yep.
I mean, this now being in, I realize I know where the Cotton Bowl's played. I've been there. But this one here now in a league with several Texas teams, and you are getting that shine, yes, that was pretty awesome.
DJ PK, it's 97.5 The Zone. Barry Trammell, sports columnist, Tulsa World, coming up at 8 o'clock. We got more people weighing in on the question of the morning, and Greg Wrubell is here at 9. DJ and PK, it's 97.5 The Zone.